back, boys and girls, to our lesson today for our 4-year-olds. We are talking about transportation, and today our topic is identifying road safety signs. All right, boys and girls, we're going to go back to a song that we did earlier about our traffic light. Are we ready for that song? Here we go. Where is red light? Where is red light? Here I am. Here I am. Tell us what you say, sir. Tell us what you say, sir. I say stop. I say stop. Where is yellow light? Where is yellow light? Here I am. Here I am. Tell us what you say, sir. Tell us what you say, sir. I say wait. I say wait. Where is green light? Where is green light? Here I am. Here I am. Tell us what you say, sir. Tell us what you say, sir. I say go. I say go. These are the traffic lights. These are the traffic signals. Do you know them? Say yes, I do. Great. Now, do you remember in the song and the lesson we did earlier, each of these lights has a meaning. And in the song, we also heard what is the meaning for each signal on the traffic light. So red says stop, excellent. Yellow says wait or prepare to stop. And the green light says it's safe to go. Very good. But boys and girls, I also want to add something to this. Although the green light says we should go, all right, we still have people on the road who are disobedient and do not follow the road safety signs. So although your light may say green, there may be another person who is disobeying the red light on their side. So what I want to tell you today, that even if your light says green, you should still look both sides to be sure that it is safe for you to go. When I am driving my car, even when my light says green, I still look to make sure no other cars are disobeying their red lights. All right, so although the light says it's safe to go, we should still look to make sure that it is safe to go. So I want us, boys and girls, to make our traffic light together. And if you want to join me, I'll tell you some things that you could get. So if you have paints, you could get your yellow paints, your red paints, and your green paints. If you don't have paints, you may have green paper. All right, so we have construction sheets that we can use. So we have green, yellow, and red. All right, and we can, so if we don't have the paints, we can cut the paper, okay, from the different colors that we have, and we're going to be using them to make our traffic light. Now, here's my traffic light that we're going to be working on together. At the moment, as we look on this traffic signal, we are observing that it has no color. Is that true? Wonderful. And why is that so? Because we are actually going to be putting in the colors where they ought to go, putting the colors in their correct places. Excellent. So before we start doing that, though, boys and girls, let us say, where should I put the color red? And I want us to use our positional words so that we know where the color red goes. Very good. So the color red goes at the top. Say that. The color red goes at the top. Then where do we put the color yellow? The color yellow goes in the middle, right below the color red. Great. And where do we put the color green? The color green is at the bottom of the traffic light. Excellent. So now we know where we should put each of the traffic signals. All right, putting them in their correct places. Now on this other card also, we can also look the words are there, not the colors. So at the top, we are learning also to identify the colors by their names, which is very good as well to help us with our reading skills. So red, R-E-D, R-E-D, red, and red says stop. Then we go to yellow, Y-E-L-L-O-W, says wait. Then we go to green. Remember when you hear the E, that's has two E sounds there, right? Two E's together. G-R-E-E-N, green. And the green says go. G-O, go. Excellent. So I hope you have your materials with you, but guess what? If you don't have them with you just now, you could always do it later when you have some more time, all right? So for now, if you don't have your material, you could just watch and we do it together on screen. So here I have my traffic light ready, but my traffic light has no color. And if I want to use this traffic light, I must be able to see the three colors that it should have. So I have my paint here and I have my paintbrush, all right? So I'm going to be painting. Now remember I said earlier, if you don't have paint, you could use the color paper. You could cut it from the paper that you have in a circular shape and paste it at the very top where it should go. So I'm getting some red paint from my paint container and I'm going to be applying my red paint to the first circle at the top, okay? Usually as well, we recognize, boys and girls, that the traffic signals are in a circular area, all right? So I'm using my paintbrush to paint it in a circular motion. And when I'm through, I'll show you what it looks like. You'll see my red light at the top of my traffic signal. Right? Now we can also paint the other part of our traffic signal. All right, but we are focusing now on the three special colors or the three lights that we get from our traffic signal. Now I am finished painting my first light at the top. What color light is that? My red light. So remember my red light says what? Red light says you are to stop. S-T-O-P, stop. Excellent. Then I go now to another color. So let me put away my red paint and move now to my next color. Now this color goes in the middle as we said earlier. And what's the name of that color that goes in the middle? Wonderful, the yellow. All right, now if you are using one brush, boys and girls, and if you are painting with one brush and you want to change the color, then you should have water to wash out that color to go to the next color. Now I don't have water here to wash my brush, but I have another brush. So I'll use this one for my yellow. So here goes, I'm opening my paint container. Yes, I'm getting my yellow paint now. Right, there goes, I have yellow on my paintbrush. And I'm going to be painting this circle in the middle. The circle in the middle will give me my yellow signal or my yellow light. I'm painting in a circular motion. There. All right, looking really beautiful, boys and girls. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm finished. All right, so you tell me if this really looks like a real traffic light or I should go all over again. Great. So now I have painted my circle in the middle with the color yellow. Great. And what does my yellow light says? Wait or prepare to stop. So watch this now, boys and girls. My yellow light is in the middle. Am I finished painting my traffic lights? Wonderful. I am not. I still have one more light to go. And what color is that light? Great. It should be in the color green. All right. I'm doing something different with my green light, boys and girls. Instead of painting the green, I have a green piece of Play-Doh here, and I have molded it into a circular shape. So I'm going to fit it over my circle right here. Wow, I like how this looks. So this gives us another idea. You could also use your Play-Doh for your colors. So you could have yellow Play-Doh, red Play-Doh, and green Play-Doh, and it will also gives you the color of the light beautifully. Here goes now. Isn't this beautiful? Yeah, I heard somebody saying yes, it is. Excellent. So now we have our traffic light with all three signals. Signal at the top says red, signal in the middle says yellow, signal at the bottom says green. And what each of these says, stop at the top, wait in the middle, go at the bottom. So we can use words to describe where the lights are and to describe what the light says we are to do. All right, so remember now, use up your traffic light safely, the signal. Whenever you see it, please obey the lights, obey the signals. Do not follow others and disobey those signals. So here goes, we're finished making our traffic signal with all 3 lights fitting neatly. Wonderful. All right, so Mr. Red says stop, Mr. Yellow says wait, and Mr. Green says go. Excellent. Clap yourselves for participating and for sharing that wonderful activity. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can always do that activity in your spare time. You can make it by yourself, you can make it with your family, you can make it with your friends. All right, and you can also make other road safety signs. Remember the stop sign? You could also make this one. You could make the pedestrian crossing and many others that you'll see on the road from time to time. Wonderful. Now, boys and girls, as we move into our final lesson for the day, we have a story to share with you. So I want for you to put away your materials in case you were painting or you were using your Play-Doh or you were cutting away from your paper. Put away those materials now and let us get ready for our story time. All right. I wonder what our story is going to be like today. Wonderful. So, story time, story time, story time. Story time, story time, story time. When my teacher begins to talk, I don't want to talk at all. I want to hear story time. So today our story is about Matilda's morning adventures, right? Matilda's morning adventures, and when we read through the story, we'll find out what that really means or what really happens in that story. So here goes. So one Sunday, not so very long ago, Matilda's mother said, we are not going to use the car to get to school next week. We are going to have an adventure morning instead. What sort of adventure? Said Matilda. You will have to wait and see, said her mother. Sounds exciting. I can hardly wait, said Matilda. Wow, so Matilda, mommy says we're not using the car next week. We get to do an adventure. I wonder what that adventure means. Are you wondering the same thing? Wonderful. So on Monday morning, Matilda walked to school with her mother, her brother Jack, and her dog Jeddah. On the way to school, Matilda said unto Jack's farm as they walked along the footpath. Matilda and Jack counted all the dogs they saw on the road on the way to school. There's not much traffic and only 2 roads to cross, she explained. It's much safer this way. All right, if at all you can see my picture, you can see the dogs and you can see Matilda, and they're all walking on the road. And remember, when they're walking on the road, they're not walking in the road where the cars drive, but they're walking on the sidewalk for the pedestrians. Tell me what we do before we cross the road, Matilda, asked her mother, as they reached the edge of the curb. Well, we stop away from the curb. We look for traffic. We listen for traffic and we think. It is safe to cross, said Matilda. Well done. Let's stop here. Look and listen for traffic and think. It is safe to cross? I think it is, don't you? Let's walk straight across the road, said Matilda's mother. I hope you heard what was being said in that line just now. So they stopped, they waited, they looked left, they looked right, and they said, okay, it's safe to go, and then they went across. 7 dogs in 1 walk, said Matilda, as she arrived at school. That was fun. Goodbye, Jack. Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, Jenna. On Tuesday morning, Matilda rode to school with her mother and her brother Jack. On the way to school, Matilda rang the bell on her bike to warn Mr. Kendall from next door that she was passing him on the shared path. Good morning, Matilda. Lovely day for a ride, shouted Mr. Kendall as she rode by. So what we are seeing, boys and girls, that the adventure means that Matilda is doing different things or going to school in different ways. So she walked, now she's riding on Tuesday. Very much fun. And I observed that Matilda is wearing her special helmet. Tell me what we do when we get to the end of the shade path, Matilda, asked her mother. As they reach the edge of the curb, well, we get off our bikes and we walk across the road, said Matilda. Well done. Let's stop here. Look and listen for traffic and think, is it safe to cross? I think it is, don't you? Let's walk our bike straight across the road, said Matilda. Wonderful. Are you liking the story so far? So Matilda walked to school, then she rode to school. Here goes the other part of the story now. Wow, that was quicker than driving in the car, said Matilda as they arrived at school. That was fun. Goodbye, Jack. Goodbye, Mom. So the next day, it was Monday, Tuesday. What day comes after Tuesday? Excellent. So let's see what happens on Wednesday. On Wednesday morning, Matilda walked to school with the walk-in school bus. On the way to school, Matilda walked with Jess, a new girl who had just come to their school. She had a brother called Jack as well, and she also had a new puppy called Butch. If you could see my picture, you will recognize that they are walking. Wonderful. Tell me, why we have to walk between the mothers in the yellow vests? Asked Jess. Well, they keep us safer on the road and can see the traffic better than us, explained Matilda. Do you want to come over to my house after school and play with Butch? Asked Jess. That would be great. I'll ask my mom, laughed Matilda. Wow, I've made a new friend, thought Matilda as she arrived at school. That was fun. Goodbye, Jess. See you at recess. Let's go quickly to Thursday. On Thursday morning, Matilda walked to school with her father, her brother Jack, and her dog Jenna. On the way to school, Matilda held on to Jack's pram as they walked along different pathways. Mom says this way usually is the safer way, explained her father. But today, there are some workmen. Listen to this part of the story. There are some workmen who are working on the way. So we are going to take a new way today. Her father taught her a song that she used to sing when he went on the long trips with the carts. The wheels on the car go broom, 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 broom. The wheels on the car go broom, broom, broom. So they sang, and until they came to the driveway to the teacher's car park. So if you could see this picture, you would see that there were workmen on the road. And boys and girls, sometimes when we are using the road, we see workmen, and they usually put up signs to say that there's road work going on. And when we see those signs, it means we have to be extremely careful how we use the road. Tell me what we do when we are around car parks, Matilda, asked her father, as they reached the edge of the driveway. Well, I hold on to your hand or Jack's pram, and we stop on the edge of the driveway. We look, we listen, and we think, is it safe to cross? Well done, said Matilda's father. So each time Matilda's parents would ask her, how is it that she's going to go across the street? So she would stop, listen for the traffic sounds, think about what to do, and when it is safe, she will go across. Wow, I love that new song, said Matilda, as she arrived at school. That was fun. Goodbye, Dad. Goodbye, Jack. Goodbye, Jenna. And the last day now, Friday. On Friday morning, Matilda caught a bus to school with her grandmother. On the way to school, she tagged her smart rider on the machine. She sat next to the window and looked down on all the cars. She looked all the people in the bus. She could see some people were talking, some people were reading, some people were listening to music. So she pushed the button to ring the bell when it was time for her to get off the bus, right? And if you ride on the JUTC bus, you'll know that there's a bell to ring when you are going to get off at your stop. Tell me what we do when we get off the bus, Matilda, asked her grandmother. As they stepped off the back of the bus, well, we wait on the curb behind the bus until the bus has moved away, said Matilda. Then we check to see if it is safe to cross the road. Well done, said her grandmother. Wow, I like seeing things from high up on the bus, Grandma, said Matilda, as she arrived at school. That was fun. Goodbye, Gran. Whoa, we have another day in the story. What day comes after Friday? Saturday. So on Saturday, Grandma says, how did you like the adventures? So everybody now was asking Matilda, how did you like the adventure on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday? So we realized in the story, boys and girls, that the adventure was going to school in different ways. Now, what was the name of the girl in the story? Matilda. Great. And Matilda was using the road safely in different ways. So we saw where she did what? Yes, she walked to school. She rode her bike to school. She took the bus to school. She walked with her father. And each day something different happened, right? But each day Matilda was asked, how are we going to cross the road? What did Matilda say? She said, we're going to stop, listen to the traffic, think about what to do, and when it is safe, then we're going to go across. Do you remember our poem that we did earlier? When across the road I go, there are a few things I should know. I should look both left and right to see that there are no cars in sight. I should not hop, skip, jump, or run. The road is not a place for fun. It is a dangerous thoroughfare, so we should always walk with care. So Matilda's adventure was about going to school in different ways. And the idea from that story, boys and girls, is that each of the ways that she used to get to school, she did so safely. How did she get to school? Safely. At no point in the story we heard that a car hit Matilda or she came near to being hit by a vehicle. We see where at each time in the story, she stopped, she listened for sounds coming from vehicles to make sure that it was safe. She think about what to do, and then she went across. So if you are going to go on the road, boys and girls, another thing that we realize in this story, that at no time, listen to this part now, boys and girls, at no part or point in the story did Matilda go to school by herself. Now, sometimes mommy and daddy may allow some children to go to school by themselves because maybe the school is very near to their home. But we realized that Matilda had to cross streets or cross road to get to school. And because of that, it was not safe for her to go alone. So if you are going to be crossing the street, you should never go alone. Mommy should go with you, or daddy, or somebody should go with you to help you to cross the road safely. How should you cross that road? Safely. All right? And so that we don't want to hear that none of our boys and girls were hit by a vehicle. Okay, we want everybody to use the road safely. Use the road safely. right? So that was a story about Matilda's morning adventures. Excellent. So, boys and girls, thank you for joining us today for another exciting lesson. Remember to visit the Early Childhood Commission's website at www.ecc.gov.jm, and you'll see fun, exciting lessons there. Your parents can watch as well. Remember now to wash those hands with soap and water. Keep safe. Take care of yourselves. And remember now, although you may be far from grandma and grandfather, please remember to give them a call, check upon them, make sure they're safe, tell them that you love them, right? As we continue to go through this period where the coronavirus is still very much around, everyone should keep safe. Okay, do not go in crowds, stay away from people, take care of yourselves. Have a good day until we see each other again. Bye.